What's up, guys? Spotbot here. We're playing Blood Money on the Battlefield Hardline beta. I don't know what this guy's doing. What are you doing? You come right in front of me like that. I drive. Seriously, I drive in this game just like I drive in GTA 5 and in Watch Dogs. There's only one pedal. I don't believe in brake, okay? So anyways, just want to give you a little bit more detail regarding the game. Again, the Battlefield Hardline beta is only available right now on PS4 and PC. I'm not sure. I heard it was going to be a 2-week beta, but we'll have to see. Only one map available. This is Blood Money. Guys, I'm sorry. I parked in front of the doorway. There you go. I moved the car. Now you guys can get through. Okay, so some more details. This game is being developed by Visceral Games, okay? And it's been in development for some time. Obviously, considering we have a beta so far in advance of the intended release of the game this October 2014, right? So, Visceral Games behind the studio behind Dead Space, even though they lost some of their key execs to Sledgehammer Games, who are now working on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So they've been working on this game for some time, and I'm hoping there's going to be some storytelling here, okay, in a campaign. I want to see a single-player campaign or co-op or whatever. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 campaigns, yeah, major thumbs down. So I'm hoping Visceral Games is going to bring a fantastic campaign, and you can see the spawning system is similar to what we see in Battlefield 4. We can actually look at the view cam of the player that we're going to be spawning, and I don't know what is the police car? You have a car on top of you. You have a muscle car on top of you, and I don't know what the deal was with that spawn, but I spawned in and was instantly dead. So, when we're trying to grab the money here in Blood Money, it's, you know, the more players you have, and it's kind of weird how that works, because you wouldn't think that you'd be able to take the cash faster just because you have more people there. You're still filling up your individual bags, but if you have more players at the location, the loot location, or at the vault location, because you can go and steal money from the other player's vault, the more players you have, the faster you can accumulate cash into your big-ass bag. And it doesn't appear that that you're slowed down, right? When you're carrying a bag full of money, I would have thought that the more money you would have in your bag, the slower you would be. But that's not the case. You can still run at full speed even though you have a sack full of cash on your back. But yeah, Visceral Games, so DICE is not involved. I was watching a live stream yesterday. DICE is not involved, as, from what I understand, from what they said, in any aspect of this game. It's not like DICE is doing the multiplayer and Visceral is doing the single player. Visceral is doing the entire thing. And, you know, it has potential. It has potential. But like I said, the EA has a lot of ground to pick up from Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4, the release of that game was a disaster. It was a mess. It was a mess. I heard it's running a lot better now, but, you know, now is, what, 6 months after release. So they have a lot of ground to cover. They have to bring, you know, they lost a lot of trust in release of that game. So they have a long ways to go here in bringing that trust back and regaining the trust of players who, you know, may not be playing Battlefield anymore because of the issues on release. So we'll see. But again, a new studio, hopefully infusing new life into the Battlefield franchise. And from what I've heard, it appears that EA may be looking at doing this this 3-year cycle similar to what Call of Duty is doing, where we had Battlefield 4 last year. We're going to have Battlefield Hardline this year towards the end of October 2014 release, and possibly Star Wars Battlefront the following year. So perhaps it's going to be this 3-year cycle that Call of Duty has gone to, where, you know, maybe we'll see whether it's going to be Battlefield 5 or whatever. That's going to be the following year after Battlefront, okay, after the Star Wars Battlefront, and then we're going to see another, you know, Battlefield Hardline game come out the following year. I don't know, that's just the rumor, or that's kind of the feeling that I get. I don't know where Titanfall fits into this. Obviously, Titanfall was a release in the beginning of this year. Who knows when they're going to have a sequel. I presume the sequel is going to be across all platforms. I don't think they're going to do the Microsoft/PC only route again next time around. But I don't know where Titanfall would fit in. I don't think it's been as big a game as they were hoping it would be, and whether that has to do with the fact that it was exclusive to Xbox and PC or not, I don't know if it's going to fit into that yearly cycle or if they're going to have Titanfall be sort of a release that's going to happen earlier in the year, right? To sort of complement the Battlefield and Battlefront release or game releases. So here we got max cash, $500,000. In order to win the game, you have to get to 5 million. So, you know, you got to keep running the cash, and you got to have players protecting your vault, because I think right now we do have some enemy players that are trying to access our vault. We'll see once we get down there. But it's very easy. It seems to be pretty easy to access the enemy player's vault. See, the guy was just taking our cash, so let's make sure we got all the cash deposited. There we go. And we do have some other players that are going to help defend here, although we do have another enemy player running in. But it does appear that you can access the other player's vault and steal their money out of their vaults, just as fast as you can from the loot stash that's common for both teams, right, in the middle of the map. I would like to see possibly, and again, this is beta, they're going to look for feedback from players. I would almost like to see it take a little bit more effort to steal money out of another team's vault than it does just out of the regular stash of loot that we see right in the middle here. So we're going to take this guy out. The nice thing, though, because you have to wait so long, especially if you're just a single player, you can let the enemy player steal the loot, and all you have to do is run over the loot and pick it up, and it instantly adds it to your bag. So I'm carrying 400,000. I probably left 100,000 lying on the ground, but there's more money just lying on the ground. So, you know, if you get further into the game, then just look for the money piles, the green money piles that are on the map, because it's far easier to pick them up than sitting at the stash or the loot stash and just holding your button to try and take it, because it takes forever. I'm getting shot from behind. I'm just trying to make it to our vault. Again, we do have I do see some enemy, or at least one enemy triangle down there, but we do have some players that are clearing them out. And it looks like we're going to come in here for the win. I got $500,000. Another player, or two players there with some cash, and we got the win. So that was Blood Money, and again, just providing a few more details with Visceral Games at the helm. Hopefully, looks like we might get a pretty decent game with a pretty decent campaign. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm not holding my breath, but I am crossing my fingers for a great campaign finally here in a Battlefield game. So what do you guys think? Leave some feedback in the comments, and we'll catch you next time. Spider out.